Oh, stop being a hater. Come on. They just died. There we go. Holy shit. Oh my god, that was difficult. That was unnecessarily difficult. Oh. Woo! Okay. Ha ha ha. What's up, guys? It's your boy Daniel Radcliffe here. Welcome back to my nihilist meme page. I don't know what fucking flavors these are supposed to be. This one has a white bottom. I guess it's vanilla. That's awesome. I don't do hippie shit ever. It's just like,
for some fucking reason.
I think the nostalgia, for some reason, gets me in the zone. So I had a bit of a crazy day today. I mean, like, I vlogged most of it, so you'll see it happen. I knew some shit was gonna go down. I booked a gig modeling for a brand, right? And it was kind of weird and out of nowhere. And I'm not really like a model. It's not really, I mean, I've done a few shoots before and stuff, and I've been in a few magazines for things, but like I'm nowhere near a catalog model, right? That's completely not in my repertoire of things that I do, you know? And I mean, dainty. So it was kind of weird to me when I was sitting in my bed, and a few weeks ago I got an email from a company asking me to come in and model for their company. And I was like, okay, what? You want me? What? Like it was so weird and out of nowhere, and I was like, what the? I hadn't gone on a model casting search, no shit like that. Like my info was up on, like okay, all right. My info was up on Backstage, which is an actor website, and they saw my email from that and reached out to me, and I was very like, okay, all right, but the email seemed pretty legit. And
Hi, this is Moliere Editing, and I just realized that I don't have to be talking about this when I could just show you the night before and have myself explain. So I realized it might be a cute idea for another video of mine to talk about my modeling gig, which is effectively tomorrow in like 10 hours. It's Sunday night, February 10th. And as you can see, I'm really preparing. You might be thinking, how could this ugly mug end up modeling? And the answer is, good question, sis. But, going into the city tomorrow, it's going to be a pretty like aggressive journey because we have to go to Penn Station, then, to Bushwick, which is in Queens. So the overall travel time is going to be close to 2.5 hours of like just subway rides and shit. But I'm getting paid. And they're going to give me free merch. So that's cool. So, you know, I thought it might be cute if I like brought you along with me because I'm supposed to be making... My friend, I found out today, has a YouTube channel and has 14,000 subscribers. This is a good friend of mine, and he had no idea. Like, I had no idea, and he didn't tell me. So I'm a little shocked. And he told me that I should just be making the kind of content that I would be watching. So
I guess I just like fucking believed it.
no, but legitimately though, I'm so ugly.
You know what? I was watching television and I thought to myself, I could probably be using this time better by like making myself look more attractive. So I'm gonna straighten my hair and then maybe curl it or something. Great. I have here with me my like trusty dusty straightening brush. And that's what the brush is good for, is for reaching the back of my head, which I can't reach. What is this mess?
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Stupid. I put some lipstick on because I am self-conscious of the fact that I have no upper lip. Okay, I do have an upper lip. It's just discolored, so from far away, it looks like I have no fucking upper lip, and I look crazy, like the Scooby-Doo memes from the 2000s. Okay? So anyway, let me just take you through my day today that I'm finally home from. It feels really good to be home. So I get this email and it seems like it's pretty legit, and I didn't really Google them or anything. I didn't check to see if it was real. I didn't look into it whatsoever. I legitimately was just like, okay, I'll go. Stupid. Stupid piece of shit. Don't do that. Google things. Google is your friend. The deep web. Google. I don't know what that had to do with anything. So I'm just like, okay, this is gonna be really aggressive because in order to get to the shoot location in Brooklyn, on the outskirts of Brooklyn, more Queens than Brooklyn, I was gonna have to get up at 7. Ew. No, not since I left school. Never again. No thank. I have to get up at 7.
7:20 a.m. because I slept through my alarm for 7.
To leave the house at 8 so I can get on NJ Transit, so I can get into the city by 9, so I can get on the subway to get to Brooklyn, because once again, I have no car. If I was going by car, it would have been 35 minutes, but it wasn't because I didn't have a car. So I'm getting on the subway, the M train, to take it from Midtown, if you're facing this way, Midtown, down and out into Brooklyn. Heinous. Did anyone know where I was going? No. I sent the link to my mom because I was like, okay, if I get raped and murdered, you know where I was. So today rolls around and I'm dreading this last night, but I was thinking about it and I was like, oh my God, like maybe I should like prep myself and do like other like cute little things to make sure that I look good tomorrow. How could this happen to me? I made a mistake. Stupid. You know, because they said they weren't going to have a makeup artist on site, but everything about the emails sort of checked out. They were like, listen, we'll give you merch from the stuff. We're gonna pay you, you know, the whole thing. And I was like, why me? But okay, how did you get this number? But okay. My mom was like, and my mom comes into the room at like 9:30 p.m. Not even 10 o'clock. She comes in and she's like, you're going to get raped and murdered. I don't want you to leave. I will pay you $100 not to leave this house tomorrow. And I was like, no fucking way, because it's going to make way too good of a story if I do almost get raped and murdered. The fuck? Hello? Hello? I am always on the lookout for some shit to go wrong. I dare shit to go wrong. I'm like, shit, go wrong, because it will be the best story. I have so much shit that's gone wrong in my life. Why? Because I dared it. I looked the devil in the face and I'm like, you won't. And then he does. So I've stared death in the face too much for this to faze me at this point. So I get on the M train. I'm there. I'm running on schedule. I get a text message from these people while I'm on the M train saying that they were running late. Already red flags. Photo shoots that I'm used to, no one is ever late, everyone is always early. Bullshit. But in the world of film, sometimes that happens, so I'm like, okay, I fucking guess I will believe you. You know, so I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Fine. So I arrive in Bushwick,
Brooklyn,
where I have
Never been.
and it is not the Brooklyn neighborhood I was expecting. To say the least. I'm gonna cut to some clips of some shit that I found. Including a anarchist propaganda building, a like meetup place for anarchists with guns in the windows and wanted signs from famous people and such. It was very confusing. I was very confused, but there I was in Brooklyn. Very strange. So, because I navigate myself around the city really well, I got there exactly at 10 o'clock, even though I thought I was going to be late. I was not. So I arrive at this place that they said the meetup was going to be, and it's so funny because everything is like disgusting building, ugly, run down, graffitied on, awful, terrible shape, the chains down, you know, the usual New York City shit. It's the usual. And then the building that I arrive at is like this kind of fancy, unlike the rest of the street building, but like not. I was like, okay, first of all, it was painted white and it had the word love in black scripted letters. You'll see videos of it. And I thought to myself, this is either completely legit or the best trap house I've ever seen in my life. The best trap house. Because the word love, hello, trap house. Trap house. Trap H-A-U-S, house. And then it had this like weird ivy full length fucking front yard. I don't know how the gate higher than my head, so I couldn't see in. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get raped and murdered. You're gonna leave me for dead here. Okay, I fell for it, Mom. You were right. I fell for an email. It was a very aggressive phishing scam, and I did it. And now I'm here, standing in Bushwick in Brooklyn, in front of a weird trap house. Done. So I text the lady who's still not there with her like team. The team was all female, which was part of the reason why I agreed, or supposedly all female. I mean, her name, I'm not gonna give names, but her name was something like, I'm gonna say like Sarah, like just like the most like obvious white person, fake name, potential, you know what I mean? I'm like, this could be so aggressive. So I ring the door. So she says, just ring the doorbell, you can go inside. I was like, I'm going to be killed. I'm gonna be killed. She's literally just like, ring the doorbell, you can go inside with, and I'm like,
I'm gonna die.
So I ring the doorbell and I wait. No one's coming. And I wait and no one's coming. And I'm like, okay. So finally I see a little through the crack, I can see the door open in the back, and the front gate unlocks, and behind it, and like a dude, some guy in a bathrobe cracks the thing open just slightly, like just like looks through, and he's like, can I help you? And he has the thickest British accent, and I'm like, I'm gonna die tonight.
Hi, editing Moliere here again. I realized I totally forgot the most important part of the story. So the dude comes to the door and he answers it in nothing but a fucking bathrobe, my dude.
I'm gonna die tonight. I'm gonna die right here, right now. We've had a good run, kids. We've had a great run. Thanks, my mom and dad. I'd like to thank not only God, but Jesus. And I was like, hi, I'm here for the photo shoot. And he goes,
What?
and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die right here, right now, in broad daylight in Brooklyn, New York. No, on this weird, creepy side street. I was like, I'm here with, and like insert publishing name here. Like this was like not a small company. Like this was a legitimate company that when I told people what I was doing, they were like really jealous. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I knew all about them because I knew their products. So that's why I thought it was legit to begin with. It wasn't something I'd never heard of. It was something I knew all about. So I'm like, I'm here with, and he's like, oh, okay. Why don't you come back in 30 minutes? Yeah, just come back in 30 minutes. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, there's a coffee shop around the corner. Just go there. And I'm like, okay. Okay. So he's like, okay. And he closes the door behind me. And I turn around. And there I am at 10 a.m. on a Monday morning, standing in Brooklyn with nowhere to go and my stupid little backpack on. My hair beat, face beat. I came all the way over on the transit, did all my makeup on the transit and hair first thing in the morning. My mom offered to pay me $100 to not leave the house, and yet I did anyway. And now I'm looking all flavors of stupid. I'm looking all kinds of stupid. I'm looking stupider than stupid. I'm looking like Britney Spears circa 2005 mental breakdown stupid. That's how stupid I'm looking in the middle of this Brooklyn street on a Monday morning at 10 a.m. I'm glad I'm not looking dead, but I'm looking stupid. That's how I'm looking. I considered at that moment just turning it around and packing it in and just being like, that's it. We've had a good run, boys, but it's time for boys to go to men, boys to men, and to go home. That's what it's time for. It's time that I spent my $10 to get into the city, plus an extra $3 to get on the M train. It is now time for me to spend another $13 and bring my ass back home. That's what it's time for. But I decided I required coffee first. So first thing I did is I texted the girl and I said, okay, a weird British man in a bathrobe opened the door. What's that about? And she goes, that's super weird, but there's a coffee shop around the corner that you can wait at while we're coming. And I was like, why did both of you suggest the same coffee shop? Then I was like, okay, wait, maybe this is legit, because if they've done this photo shoot before, they wouldn't, two things. If they've done photo shoots before, they would say, go to that coffee shop to wait for us. That's like a usual thing. Okay, that's cool. 2, if this really was a trap house, he would have just invited me inside, right? And I would have gone in alone because I'm unintelligent. As I said before, I welcome death. I dare it. I dare death. I look it in the face, as I said, and I say, you first, bitch. Haven't died yet. At 16 years old, I thought I would not live to be 18. At 18 years old, I thought I would not live to be 20. And here I am at 21 years old and I drink. Often. Continuing. So I decided to find this so-called coffee shop because the first thing that happened was I was walking down the street in the wrong direction trying to find this coffee shop on this one-way street, and there is no fucking coffee shop. But then the woman who texts me gives me the name of said coffee shop, as the British man did not. So I go and I find the coffee shop, insert videos here.
That there is the coffee shop they told me to go to called Dweebs. Looks a little suspect from the outside, but the inside's fine.
And it was a Brooklyn coffee shop because it was overpriced and there was nothing on the menu, but they were offering $50 off CBD oil. If you don't know what that is, Google it. So I get to the shop and I'm like, first of all, it was this tiny ass little shop. I was like, great. Even the coffee shops in this area look suspect. That's what I like. That's what I like in Brooklyn. So I go in and I'm like, hi. They're like, hi. Two people behind the desk wearing like exactly what you think they're wearing. Like that weird New York City like bucket hat, like pullover hat. It's not a bucket hat. It's like a knit cap that's been folded back so it looks like skater style, but it's absolutely not. It's just like the Brooklyn like boots and like pleated pants with hat look. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. There's a fancy word for it. What, like rush boy? No. A hype beast. The hype beast style. That's it, a rush boy. So I go, okay, can I have a coffee with half and half and hazelnut, please? And he was like, we don't carry hazelnut. I was like, okay, well, what flavors do you have? And he's like, none. And I had never felt true fury until that moment, because there I was in Brooklyn staring down the face of one of these Brooklyn hipsters. So I say, okay, what do you make? So he points at a tiny ass chalkboard, tiny, I mean this big, on the desk of the coffee shop counter, right? And on it said, hot apple cider, avocado toast. Bitch, really? I looked that straight in the face and I said, I'm this close. But God heard me, the devil heard me, and I looked up and on the wall said, we also make chai tea lattes. I was like, okay, I will have your finest chai tea latte, please. He's like, okay. So, okay. So he gives me this tiny ass chai tea latte. First of all, water. Second of all, $5. So by now it's 10:20. And I forgot to mention that right around the corner from this trap house was the Brooklyn police station.
There's a security camera, and I feel as though I should wave around in front of it like, oh hey, I am here now. If anything happens, you know I was here now.
So I was like, okay, so I know exactly where to go in case of emergency. You are literally around the corner from the Brooklyn police. Thank you. So I go and I sit down on the steps of the Brooklyn Police Department.
I want to sit right here on the steps of the police department until these people show up. I'm not fucking around anymore. No.
And people kept passing me, trying to test me, and I was like, test me. I'm in front of the police department. Test me like I won't cry. Test me. So I waited there, and then it's 10:30 and I still have not heard. And now we are 30 minutes behind the shoot. I have been lollygagging around Brooklyn for 30 minutes. Up and down one street, going up and down, up and down, up and down one fucking street, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. I'm dealing with hipsters and their dogs that look upset. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, so finally I get a text that they're arriving. And I was like, okay. So I head back over, and out of the Uber comes 3 women. And I'm like, Jesus, you've blessed me on this day. It was best case scenario. A, not only were they real women. B, I really was hired to do this modeling gig. I thought I was not for a pretty long time. At that case, I thought I was hired to be basically stolen. Then the British man reopened the door, and he was wearing a full cute little outfit with a fedora and everything. And he invites us all in and shows us the inside of his house, basically. It was not a house. It was like a weird little, I don't know what the fuck it was, a photo shoot area. And it was the fanciest goddamn place I've ever seen in my life. Like covered floor to wall in mirrors, okay? Like lighting everywhere. Everything was like painted fancy colors, there was paintings, there was trinkets, there was books, floor to ceiling books, and a whole like a full thing. And then it really became like a modeling photo shoot. And then I had a great time. And then there was lots of cute little products from the website and stuff that I was modeling, and I was like honored. So I'm feeling pretty lucky. It was good. And the team was super fucking nice, okay? Sarah was the best, dude. Sarah was the nicest. So lit, had a great time, but it did not look like I was going to have a great time for a long while, okay? It was not cute, but it became cute, okay? So sometimes your worst case scenario does become your best case scenario, and the devil tests you, okay? Just to be like,
Just kidding.
live your best life. Go on modeling trips, but Google things. Google things, you dumb piece of shit. Thanks.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.